In 1798, France decided to invade Egypt in order to dominate the Mediterranean and challenge British India. The man leading this campaign was a certain short man by the name of Napoleon Bonaparte. To quickly summarize, after 3 years of fighting, the French were defeated by the Anglo-Ottoman forces. During this time, the Ottomans sent someone to Egypt whose name was Muhammad Ali. And no, not the boxer. Muhammad Ali was an Albanian commander who was sent to Egypt as a part of the Ottoman forces to expel France. After the French left, a big power vacuum opened up in Egypt between the remaining Mamluks and the Ottoman officials. Now, while Muhammad Ali was in Egypt, he gradually gained popularity among the local Ottoman officials and the population of Egypt. And thanks to his military skills, he outmaneuvered all rivals in Egypt, along with working with different factions in order to weaken the Mamluks and the Ottoman-appointed governor. And in 1805, a group of prominent Egyptians led by the ulama demanded that the Ottoman Sultan to appoint Muhammad Ali as the wali, which was the word to describe the governor of Egypt, and remove the previous wali, Ahmad Kurdish Pasha. The Sultan, facing pressure from the local Egyptian population and Muhammad Ali's army, gave in and appointed Muhammad Ali as the wali. But Muhammad Ali still had one more issue to solve: the Mamluks. The Mamluks have been in Egypt for the past 600 years and didn't want to give up, so Muhammad Ali had a clever solution. He lied. Muhammad invited the leadership of the Mamluks to a celebration at the Cairo citadel in honor of his son Tusin Pasha, who was to lead an expedition into Arabia. But when the Mamluks came, they were completely surrounded by Muhammad Ali's forces, and were killed. After eliminating the remaining Mamluks, Muhammad Ali began to modernize and expand Egypt. In 1824, he conquered Sudan, greatly expanding Egypt. But during this time, the Greek War for Independence started in opposition to Ottoman rule. To quickly summarize, the Ottoman Sultan Mahmud II called Muhammad Ali into the war, and in exchange Egypt would receive Crete and Peloponnese, which was southern Greece, and Muhammad Ali agreed. At first, Ali was successful, but then UK, France and Russia came in and wrecked their navy, and Muhammad Ali was forced to retreat, and he lost thousands of men and his navy for nothing. Ali was upset because he did not get any territorial gains, and that the Sultan was super unsuccessful. And so, in 1831, Muhammad Ali launched a military campaign against the Ottoman Empire that was to be led by his son Ibrahim Pasha. The campaign went extremely well, advancing through Syria and into Anatolia, eventually crushing the Ottoman army, and was threatening Istanbul or Constantinople back then. But then the European powers, mainly Russia, came in and mediated to settle the crisis, mainly because they wanted to keep the weak Ottoman Empire so they can exploit them. And so, in 1833, the Treaty of Kütahya was signed, giving Egypt control over Syria and Hejaz. But that wasn't the only war, and in 1839, the Second Egyptian-Ottoman War began, and it was mainly fought in Syria, which is why it's sometimes referred to as the Syrian War. The Ottomans declared the war, and shortly after Mahmud II died and was succeeded by his son Abdulmecid I. Once again, to quickly summarize, the war at first was going well for Muhammad Ali and his son, beating the Ottoman forces, but the European powers helped the Ottomans by pressuring Ali to peace out. And in 1841, the Treaty of London was signed, and it did a few things. First, it ensured that Ali was the legitimate ruler of Egypt while still being a vassal of the Ottoman Empire. Second, it limited the Egyptian army to only 18,000 men, when before it was 100,000. And third, it forced Egypt to return all previous gains from the First Egyptian-Ottoman War. And after this, Muhammad Ali would rule over Egypt until his death on August 2, 1849. So, to summarize, Muhammad Ali's rule was one of modernizing and expanding Egypt. He was a skilled leader who used his military expertise to climb to the top, and even won against its overlord, the Ottoman Empire, and he cemented his place in history as an excellent ruler. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of History Summarized. Make sure to like, Subscribe and hit the bell for more videos. As always, I love you and see y'all next time. Next sub goal is 75, so subscribe to make it happen.